Alright. Hey guys, can you hear me? I hope so, because otherwise I look a little silly just talking and no one can hear me, but... Alright, so here we go everyone. We're live here and we're going to do some Daya summons and then we're going to do maybe some Cyno summons, because, fun fact, I actually still have Cyno Constellation 0, but we're going to talk a lot about Daya, we're going to talk a bit about Cyno, and I've already released my Constellation 0 Daya showcase video. If you haven't seen it, you guys can go check it out. It's up on my channel now. And I mean, needless to say, it's a bit painful. Quite disappointed in her performance and stuff, but hey, we're gonna talk a little bit more about future impact in the future after we do some stuff first in this game. So let me see if I can this time actually bring the chat window a little closer to me so I can see a little bit better. I have not pulled for her already, and that's what we're gonna do today. So we have okay, that's not gonna be enough to get her to Constellation 6. I do still plan to get her to Constellation 6 because as much as I focus on meta and stuff, the most important thing to me is always aesthetics and character. And so it might be surprising to some of you guys, just, you know, me being the meta slave that I am, still the most important quality is waifu slash husbando. I have a bit higher standards for husbandos, but for waifus, even if they're kind of lackluster in their performance, you know, I'm still happy to support the waifus that I like the most. Now, as usual, as per tradition for these types of summon videos and stuff, we got to get rid of this junk. We're gonna burn this money first, and then we're going to, okay, here, let's get this. And now we're gonna start the summoning pain session first, and then we're gonna do some takes on Daya, and I've got some math to show you guys too. It's not pretty. It's not pretty, but hopefully it will be a good amount of fun. So we need 928 of these to round out to 1,000. Let's see. Yes, we have 1,000 now. Now, that's not going to be enough. Well, okay, hopefully we're going to at least get Constellation 6 Daya first. And hopefully I don't need to top up too much more to get C6R5 Daya. But we're going to see. We're going to see. Okay, first things first. Epitomized path. We got to get rid of this annoying red exclamation mark. And we are going to go for an R5 beacon of the Reed Sea, assuming luck is not too against us. Okay. So this banner here. What do we see this banner as? We have Barbara, Calais, and then Daya. And we have Bennett too. Probably the actual, you know, the actual banner is, it's a Bennett banner, guys. This is a Bennett banner. There's no other way to put it. I mean, when you slap Barbara and Calais on the same banner along with Daya and Cyno, oh my god. Oh, what is... MiHoYo developed a new allergy towards money. I think MiHoYo is testing something. Right after their crazy sales from Yilla and everything, they decided, hey, we're going to see how little money we can make. We're going to try to minimize the amount of money we can possibly make on a banner with this. And that's their test. This is my guess. This is my guess. Okay, so now my conspiracy theory, we're going to talk a bit about future impact later, but let's start summoning. And our goal is to get Constellation 6 Daya first, because as a content creator, I do want our constellations, and I've also figured out a trick for me to activate and deactivate constellations, but I will tell you guys that later. And hopefully MiHoYo doesn't catch on to this, because it is literally only applicable to me and perhaps a couple other whales that are also content creators. But I'll tell you guys in a little bit. So first, wait, why am I not skipping this? Okay, yeah, no, we have to go quick, because otherwise my editor is going to be stuck with like an hour-long video of me clicking through 3 stars and stuff. Okay, we're going to go slowly until the first 5-star, as per tradition. And the last time I did summons was... I don't even remember. But it wasn't for anything notable, really. So anyway, let's keep going. So we've done 40 summons, no 5 stars. Oh wait, I gotta wait for the first sparkle. And hopefully we lose our first 50-50 to the standard banner character, Daya. That's the goal here. Did we lose our first 50-50 to get Daya? Or did we win it to get Chi-Chi? Let's see. Let's see. Alright. Okay. Okay, wow. It's really drawing this out, guys. The suspense. The next one should be it, right? Oh, nope, just kidding. It's a Thrilling Tales of Draft. There we go. We got Tignari. Yes, well, he was also added to the standard banner. That's right. And soon, his fellow Sumeru 5-star character Daya will also be added to the standard banner to join him. So we've lost our first 50-50. Let's keep going. We know the next one is going to be Daya, so it's not all that exciting. So let's get going a little bit faster, because I do want to get past the summons, so that way we can... Oh my gosh, how many collays is that? 150 pulls for our first super meta 5-star character, Daya. Yeah, that was totally worth it, guys. Totally worth it. All right, well, you know, I don't want to see Bennett, because Bennett is so insanely unlucky. It's just simply foreshadowing for how unlucky you're going to be while doing summons. So, no more Bennetts, please. Thank you. This is what I want to see. A bunch of Barbaras. Yeah, much better. Much better. More Barbaras, please. I want my Constellation 1000 Barbara. I really wish you could see how many Barbaras you've gotten, because then maybe we could have like a Barbara whale off. See who can get the most Barbaras. Okay, the next one should be a 5-star. Let's let it play out a little bit. So, we got Bennett. That's not a good sign. Oh, no. No. The Knights of Favonius coming in strong. Is Bennett part of the Knights of Favonius? No, he's the Benny Expedition crowd. Oh, this is disastrous. My wallet. My poor wallet. It is losing its bulk as we pull. Oh, this is painful, my friends. And why am I doing this? There's a chance I'll lose enough 50-50s in the future to get Daya anyway. Oh, 150 average per Daya. At this rate? Okay, thank you, MiHoYo. Daya came pretty early this time, but, you know, I'm pretty sure they have like a system in the back where it's like, hey, you guys screwed so hard a few times in a row. Here's some pity luck for you to make you feel a little bit better about wasting your money on this video game. Don't be like me, guys. Don't do this to your poor wallet. Show your wallet a little bit more compassion than I am, because, yeah, okay. So, yeah, I think we are at C2 Daya. Again, we're going for C6, being the filthy whale that I am. Okay, Barbara. And the next one is Daya. Bam. C3 Daya. We are almost there. Kind of. We're over halfway. Diluc! Alright, we got the real 5-star Pyro Claymore character, actually. This is when you know you've won the 50-50 by losing it while you're pulling for Daya and you get Diluc. Pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain. You know, when you need a Pyro DPS character, Diluc coming in hot. In comparison, at least. Oh wait, okay. We know for sure this is Daya. So what are we at? C4, right? And that is one hot banner. Like, look at all this fire right here. We've got Bennett, Daya. Wow. Okay. So I'm curious. Has anyone ever, like, filled up this entire thing with 5 stars and 4 stars? Like, they got 10 5 stars and 4 stars? I'd love to actually see that, because, you know, usually you get a bunch of these Harbinger of Dawns and whatever other garbage 3-star weapons and stuff that they choose to give you. Okay, I think I'm at C4, right? Yeah, I'm gonna double check after the next Daya that I get. Okay, after the next Tignari that I get. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. I think we've gotten Tignari twice, Diluc and Jean. So we've lost 4 50-50s. Oh wait, I should have just checked by clicking on Daya there instead. But we should be at Constellation 5. Yep. So I didn't lose track. But I always double check in case I did lose track, because while I'm blabbing like this, I always forget, like, oh, I forget how to count, right? Like it's difficult to count at times. So we're at C5, one more Daya. Hopefully we don't hit a hard pity twice and lose the 50-50 like we have been. That's so many Bennetts. Stop, Bennett. I don't want to see you anymore. As awesome. Okay, never mind. Just kidding, Bennett. You did good for me, my lad. Just like you do good for all of us. Bennett, the most reliable character. The true 5-star on this banner is Bennett. So, all right, what are we at? Indeed, we got Constellation 6 Daya right here. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. Now that we're done with that, it's time to get some more of, you know, indications of my problems and addictions. And let's go up to 500 for the weapon banner. So we'll get 110 here. And we should be at 500 fates. Okay, yeah. So we're going to go for refinement 5 on this weapon, and then we'll see how many fates we have left and decide whether or not we want to go for constellations on Cyno. Oh man, I don't know if I feel like topping up anymore after this, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so weapon banner. At least this is a pretty solid weapon, and even though it kind of looks like a bigger version of Nilo's weapon, I feel like it doesn't quite look as unappealing as Nilo's weapon, right? Like, okay, is it just me? Or, okay, that's my personal opinion. What do you guys think about the aesthetics of this series of weapons? I think the Claymore looks decent, although I don't like the way the sword looks. But, all right. So we got Kuki. I like Kuki. That's a good sign. And we're going to start over the tradition again of waiting for the first 5-star to see what it ends up being. Okay, we're going to hit basically a soft pity here. Yeah? All right. Here's a soft pity for this, so let's see. Is it going to be the Beacon of the Reed Sea or the Skyward Spine? Come on. Oh my god! I called it! There was a bunch of weapons it could have been, and it was the freaking Skyward Spine. No! You know, you're right. I asked for it. I completely asked for it. That was all my fault and only my fault. Oh my gosh. I burned myself. That is what we call a self-fulfilling prophecy. I should have said, it's going to be the Beacon of the Reed Sea. But instead, I said it was the Skyward Spine. Wow. Okay, at least the next one, I'm going to predict, because I'm so good at it, evidently, that it's going to be the Beacon of the Reed Sea. Just watch. Bam! Just watch. Bam! Hang on, just watch. Bam! Look at that! Oh! Alright. Oh. I'm so sorry. Okay. Raid Shadow Legends, where are you? I need you. I need you to sponsor me again, please. Thank you. Okay. Beacon of the Reed Sea, here we go, guys. Alright, we got 1 in 100. Oh! Okay, MiHoYo. I see how it is. I feel conflicted. You know, I was stabbed in the gut by the Skyward Spine. Then I was stabbed in the back by the Staff of Scarlet Sands. And now I've been nicely paddled twice by the Beacon of the Reed Sea, twice in a row. Okay. I feel a little bit better now. Yeah, okay. I think that good luck actually made up for the pain that we suffered prior to that. But we got 3 more to go. Hello, Farzan. Nice to see you. Hello, Sacrificial great sword, right? Is that the great sword? It is. Yeah. You know, there should be a trivia game where we try to recognize all the weapons in Genshin Impact. Okay. Anyway. Let's see. We got a few more to go. Rosaria, not quite what we wanted. What is that? Is that the... That's the official weapon, right? Or is that the alley flash? Or no, not alley hunter, not alley flash. Official weapon, right? No, it's the alley hunter. My bad. It's not the Mish, Nerf, whatever waltz. Yes, speaking of the Reed Sea, we are at 3 out of 5. We're gonna keep going. We got Candace. Staff of Scarlet, whatever. That's okay. Okay, I want to point out to you guys. Did you guys notice during the teaser thing for Daya that Daya was answering to a 4-star character? And that's because in reality, she's a 3-star character. I think... Stop it! Stop it! Ah! Oh no, no more. No more Staff of Scarlet Sands. I mean, the next one is guaranteed to not be a Staff of Scarlet Sands. But, yeah, it's after you get super unlucky twice in a row that you actually ended up getting lucky. Is that how it works? Okay, we're at 4, right? That's number 4. Let me double check again. I don't want to be that guy that ends up with like 7 Staff of Scarlet or 7 paddle swords because I couldn't count. Yes, we are at 4. That's correct. So I can count. Also, is that a new Cyno idle animation? I don't remember him doing that crazy eyeball thing. Anyway, that's pretty awesome. Gotta love that. All right, MiHoYo is still buffing characters in ways you wouldn't expect with new idle animations. Yes. No, it's old? What? How have I not noticed that before? Oh my gosh, have I just never paid it? Wait. Okay, no, I only got 2 Masterless Star Glitter. There we go. We're done. We are out of there. And we got it in 380 summons, which is not bad. That's not bad at all. That's a 72 summons average for each 5-star sword. So... yeah, it's a little bit better than average, I'd say, actually. Our Daya summons, I don't remember how many summons we did. I think I got 110, right? So to go up, so 500 plus 110 is 610. Yeah, so I think I did 610 summons for Daya and 380 summons. We'll have the editor check that one for sure, but not too terrible, all things considered, actually. It's just a pretty standard summon session. Honestly, at this point, like, this is not a healthy outlook on life, so please do not take this as advice from me, but I don't even view Genshin Impact as gambling for me because all this stuff has been converging towards like the same rough average probabilities, and it's just kind of been this very consistent over the long run. Right. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go for Cyno now. My Cyno is still at Constellation 0. In fact, he is one of the few 5-star characters I decided not to get to Constellation 6. And there's actually a reason why I'm going to bring him to Constellation 6 now, because I have a feeling Hoyoverse is not going to rerun him again for a very long time. I mean, he was just reran, honestly, prematurely, right? Like, this is a very premature rerun. Cyno came very prematurely. So... let's now pull for Cyno. We are starting at 500 pulls. We're going to go for 6 copies of him. And yes, my Xiao is at Constellation 6 now. Almost all of them are, I think all of them are at Constellation 6 now, except for Cyno. So we're just going to finish off our collection because I have a problem in life, and that is spending way too much money on Genshin Impact. That's what that problem is. So anyway, Bennett. More Bennetts. That's what I want to see. Let's go. We've already been doing this for a while. Almost 20 minutes, actually. So, yeah. Let's keep going. There we go. Bam! That's how you do it. That is the streamer luck, my friends. Again, the trick is to start streaming or recording on OBS. I think Hoyoverse will know, and then they'll be like, hey, here you go. Here is some good luck. And my conspiracy theories are as follows. There's one is the streamer / recording luck. They want, people to get FOMO from other content creators getting good luck. And, okay, I take all that back. I actually haven't gotten Mona in a long time. Mona, one of my favorite characters from, you know, just as a character perspective. Okay. Anyway, we lost 150-50. Let's keep going. We need 5 more Cynos. Can we get them in time? Or will we have to murder our wallet coon even further? It does not look good for our wallet. We got 2 Cynos. 4 more Cynos. Oh, we're not going to make it, guys. We're not going to make it. Ah! We're not going to... No, Tignari again. That's 3 Tignaris in one summon session. Oh. Oh, man. How many Tignaris will we get? 3 Cynos. 3 more to go. Let's keep going. Running out of stuff to say about summoning, but again, my other conspiracy... Mona again? Oh, okay, so we're not doing so well in the 50-50s, but my other conspiracy when it comes to summoning is if you top up through their website, it's slightly better luck, but it doesn't look like it right now, because I did top up through their website, and we are... Oh dear. Okay, 4 Cynos. 2 left. If we win both 50-50s, we have a chance of not stabbing my poor wallet yet again. But oh, this is gonna be a 5-star. It's our last 10 pull. It's our last 10 pull. Here we go. Are we gonna lose the 50-50 again, or are we gonna get Cyno? Please. Oh, I can't look at my bank account anymore. Oh, thank you, Cyno. Thank you for gracing me with your presence here. All right, but just kidding. We still have a bunch of Stardust, Star Glitter, and Primo Gems. So we're gonna finish this off. Bam! Look at all that. 250. All right. That should guarantee us our Constellation 6 Cyno. And just to make sure I'm not a complete doofus and already have it. Okay, he's at Constellation 5. Great. Let's go. I'm gonna finish this off. 1 Cyno is gonna come home early. That's what he's gonna do. And Tignari! I mean, he came early. That's 4 Tignaris in this one summon session. Oh, okay. That's okay. I think it's because Cyno is good friends with Tignari. That's why he keeps no space left in inventory. Oh my god. All right, we're gonna have a little break. We gotta get rid of some of these 3-star weapons. Yeah, wow, I forgot that could even happen. So let's do this, guys. You're gonna have to sit through me clicking this a whole bunch. Luckily, I've practiced this quite a lot over my time playing Genshin Impact. So I'm pretty fast at enhancing weapons. This is the true end game, is how fast you can click the details enhance trick when you're enhancing your weapons and stuff. This is also how I practice, you know, getting higher APM in video games, is by sacrificing 3-star weapons as fast as possible. Come on, let's go. Speedrun, guys. Speedrun enhance. Where are we at? Okay, I think we've cleared up enough inventory space now for finishing off our summon session. I just want to get this out of the way. I don't want to think about summoning anymore for the day. There we go. We're done. We're out of there. So we got our Cyno in 80 pulls after that, and then we burned through 580 pulls. Not great for 6 copies of Cyno. That's okay. You know, I can accept that. I can accept that. But one nice advantage of whaling for all that, after all that whaling, is, look at that. Mora. This is the bank right here. You know, like, we don't need to visit that place that child chilled the golden house. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, look at that. How many millions of Mora was that? I don't know, but we'll save some for later. So let's see. Yeah, how much Mora did we get there? Okay, we're running a little low on Mora. 15, almost 16 million. But most importantly, we're done with our summons. We spent a lot of fates. I already forgot how much we spent, but that's way too much. Don't be like me, guys. Don't be like me. Now, we can actually get into the characters. If you guys don't know, I have access to the media server. Excuse me. So I was talking about a trick for activating constellations and deactivating them. You can't actually activate or deactivate constellations But the trick is, if you have access to the media server and you're a content creator, you can actually save, because it snapshots your account, you can save your constellations. So my Yaya is at Constellation 0, and my Alhaitham, where is he? He is still at Constellation 0. But if I need a Constellation 6 Alhaitham, you know, I can always activate it on the media server. So this means that I can hopefully provide you guys with more Constellation 0 videos of characters without having to like borrow a bunch of accounts or all that stuff on my main account, which is really nice. But anyway, Daya, let's finish, let's level her up, and we're gonna take her for a test drive, and I'm also gonna show you guys a little bit of stuff about Cyno too, which is why this is perhaps the most... I think miHoYo is trying to meta us with these banners. This is the banner meta. Oh no, I wasted... Oh my gosh, I wasted some resin there. I should have used 3 of the... or 4 of the small books instead of the... wasting 1,000 EXP there with this one. But yeah, so the most anti-meta banner. And looking back on all the banners, this might be it, right? This might actually be the most anti-meta banner. I think we're probably due for like a banner tier list. That'd be pretty interesting to like kind of rate how valuable each banner was in every single patch. That's a huge tier list, but it does actually kind of sound like fun because it will give some insight on like, excuse me, what banners are valuable, what banners aren't, and be kind of an interesting discussion point. But perhaps there will be a bit of future impact involved when it comes to these 2 banners. So let's go. We're going to finish Daya up, and then we're going to level up her talents. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what she can do. It's not going to be too different from what you've seen in my Constellation 0 showcase because, well, that's what my Daya is going to be built like on the live version too. So let's just go ahead. We're going to do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Bring these ones up to 6. And we're up to 6. And we'll see how many other materials I have to decide what level I bring. I think I'm going to bring pretty much everyone's main talents to level 8. So we're going to do that for sure. So this Daya here is a little bit weaker than my C0 Showcase Daya. So just keep that in mind. The C0 Showcase Daya is a little bit stronger because she has talents at 999. But obviously, you know, resources are very limited on the actual game. So I'm keeping her at Constellation, or at whatever talent level she's at now. So we're going to do something like this. And we're going to give her the Emblem of Severed Fates first. She has energy issues if you actually care about using her Elemental Burst. And, okay, we'll give her Xingqiu's artifacts, and we'll swap my 3rd set of Emblem of Severed Fate artifacts onto Daya. And we'll also give, yeah, we'll get my Yilon a little bit for now. That's okay, because we mainly want to showcase Daya right now. Okay, and we need a Pyro Damage Goblet. So sorry guys, I know I'm not sure how interesting you guys find this like build portion, like me kind of building a character out. But okay, that's a decent artifact. What pyro artifacts do I even have? I'm not even sure. Okay, so this one has roughly 35% crit value with 1 ER roll. This one has 41% crit value. Let's see how much I have for ER. 187. Okay, not bad. And we're going to give her... Oh my gosh. Okay. You know what? I'll showcase her with her signature weapon because at least that is a little bit more distinctive compared to the Constellation 0 showcase. So let me finish enhancing this weapon up to level 90. So you guys can see what a C0R1 Daya is capable of. Let's keep going. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this part's a lot of fun. And the thing about this part, which is a bit unfortunate, is that I have to actually look at the screen in order to click accurately to level up these weapons. So I can't read chat during this. Otherwise, you know, we're going to be sitting here waiting for me to enhance this thing forever. So I'm going to try to look at chat in a little bit after after we get this thing up to level 90 and get through like, I don't know, 1,000 of these useless weapons. Yeah, the life of a whale. Let me tell you guys. I don't feel good about any of this either. Yeah. Okay, anyway, here we go. Level 50. We're not quite almost there, but we're getting through the claymores now. So let's see. Here we go. Alright. Alright. This part's pretty exciting, isn't it? The most titillating part of Genshin Impact. Enhancing weapons, leveling up characters. You love to see it. I love to do it. And this is like one of those things where it would be nice to be able to convert, like, mass convert 3-star weapons into the crystals, like the weapon crystals, because then you're not like stuck in a situation like this. Speaking of which, Honkai Star Rail does that for, at the very least, I know 100% for the artifacts. I don't know if you can do it with the weapons, but probably, because the weapons also have like EXP materials and stuff. So okay, here we go, level 60. Level 60, we're kind of almost there. Oh, there we go. Whew, we made it. We made it. We can take a break. We can slow down and relax a little bit. Nice. We made it to the to those things. Oh, but we need some of these. Okay, so we need 6 and 1. Let's go over to the alchemy bench. We're gonna get this up to level 90, and then we're gonna see our Pyro Claymore character, our Pyro Claymore Queen in action. I absolutely love and adore Daya's design. So me, I really like characters, like waifu characters with giant swords. I just like that aesthetic and combination. To me, it is perfect. So Daya, from a like concept design, I knew I was gonna like her, like from just that alone, because like that tends to be what I gravitate towards in a lot of video games. But as for her kit and power level, I don't know. I'm disappointed so far. But okay, there we go. Whew, level 90, Beacon of the Reed Sea. She is all set up. Now, at Constellation 0, okay, well, let's zoom in, take a quick look. Yeah, she's looking amazing. I like the shading as well from the light, and I always appreciate, okay, so this is just me kind of being like, I don't know, maybe too cultured of a gamer, but I always like it when characters have like a little bit of a squish, right? Like kind of the thigh squish you see here. Like that little detail I always appreciate on characters. So, all right, anyway. Cultured gamers unite, my friends. Cultured gamers unite. Now, we're going to take a look at her incredible damage. Crazy. You guys are never going to expect it. Refinement 1 Daya. Pretty gosh darn good artifacts. Because, you know, it's my account. I'm a filthy whale. I do max refreshes every single day. So let's take a look at our artifacts. So in total, the crit, actually it's not that good. It's only 235 crit value. Is that really the case? Well, yeah. Okay, hang on. We have a slightly better. Yeah, we can swap this one with Yalan. Take that, and ER timepiece is pretty good. Okay, whatever. It's okay. It's okay. Oh wait, she's over critted right now. Yeah, that's right. She's over crit. Okay, she's over crit, so let's give her crit damage, crit rate on the Emblem of Severed Fates. Here we go. Not too bad. Got a lot of elemental or energy recharge. There we go. Now, I do think with the signature weapon, Daya's damage is like passable. Oh, hang on. Most important part when you build a character, you have to choose a good glider. And I think she looks best with probably this. Although, you know, I think like kind of the ragtag original wings look pretty good on like an Aromite mercenary, right? Because it actually matches her color scheme pretty well. But she is pyro. So default. Yeah, that's right. KFC glider, let's see. I think it's a little too like, it's just too stand out for her. right? KFC glider. Yeah. Okay, you know what? We'll do the KFC glider. Looks like chat wins here. And just like that, we can swap in midair for the KFC glider. Alright. Bennett has the sacrificial sword, so that way we can bash through the poor Cryo Regisvine's defenses faster than ever. And our main goal here is to battery her up first, because we're going to need to do that. And let's plop that down and then finish battering her up real quick. Okay, I'm going to let the Cryo Regisvine recover first. That way we can actually see the full impact of Daya's monstrous kit, everyone. Who's ready? Who's ready? I know I am. I'm super excited. Let's see. I haven't actually tried her with her signature weapon at Refinement 1 because for my Constellation Zero showcases, I always focus on a purely free-to-play perspective who would not spend Primo Gems on the banner. So, here we go. Bam, bam, 7,000 damage. Let's go, guys. 7,000. Woo, 10,000. 3,516 damage on the off-field damage. This is crazy. So, in case you guys are curious, I think Kokomi does about 7,000 damage when she doesn't even crit. I might be wrong about this, like off the top of my head, but like she does like 4,000 to 7,000 damage anyway. We're talking Daya here with her elemental burst, and look at her energy too. Look at this. After her burst, after her elemental skill, after all those particles, she's not even anywhere near halfway. She has 200 energy recharge here. You cannot like sacrifice any more of your offensive stats for like what, 300 ER? Give her like an ER weapon to make her do even less damage? I can't. This is... Okay, so now let's talk about why this is happening. All right, I got some charts for you guys. We can do a little bit of math together. Woo, exciting. You love math, right? So we got some charts here. Let's see. Oh, this is, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll show you guys that one in a little bit. I'm gonna show this one first. This chart. Oh gosh, okay. All right. We got this chart, my friends. So even damage maximized, her elemental burst is doing an average of 139,000 raw pyro damage. Okay, so how much is that? To put it into context, how much damage is 139,000 raw pyro damage? Okay, you know, you might think, hey, that's a pretty big number, right? Like 139,000. Woo, that's some real damage. And if we actually bring her up to C6R5, she would do roughly 325,000 damage on her elemental burst. Guess who else does 300,000 damage on their elemental burst? Let me show you this chart. We have Ayaka at Constellation 0 with a Refinement 1 weapon. In fact, it doesn't even have to be her signature weapon. It can be basically the freaking Aquila Favonia. And she will do just as much damage as a Constellation 6 Refinement 5 Daya's elemental burst. Okay? So, that kind of puts into perspective just how little damage Daya is doing. And the fact is that Ayaka's burst takes 1/3 to 1/4 of screen time for Ayaka. She just chucks the, nuclear burst and swaps off. That's like what she does. Daya being forced to be on field for 6 seconds, doing 1/3 of the damage that Ayaka does is horrible. It's horrible. Why would MiHoYo do this to our queen? Our Eremite queen here. She deserves so much better. So, I'm so confused by this balancing. Like, we get monsters like Ayaka. I mean, even Alhaitham's burst does as much damage, and he's not even a burst-dependent character. Right? Like, he can be played as an on-field carry doing a ton of spread damage with his 3 mirror procs. I think like just 2 to 3 waves of 3 mirror procs from Alhaitham does more damage than than Daya's burst, and he can do like 6 plus of those, plus his burst, plus all his normal attacks too. Daya, no. Her whole kit revolves just punching 10 times and slamming, and it does 1/3 the damage as Ayaka does. So, okay, now there's a few reasons for this to be a bit more fair to Daya, right? Let's be a little bit more fair to her. Ayaka, for example, right? She has the Blizzard Strayer. Blizzard Strayer plus Cryo Resonance, which was assumed in this chart, provides 55% crit rate, which is absolutely insane. That's 110% crit value. If we look at Daya's Constellation 6, this thing provides 80% crit value. So just from artifacts alone, Ayaka is providing more than Daya's Constellation 6 does in terms of her crit value. So you can kind of see like MiHoYo kind of did an oopsie when it came to some of the older character design. I think Ayaka's Elemental Burst is just like comically explosive in comparison to Daya's. So yeah, we have mathematically a very tragic character, but let's talk about future impact and banner meta here. Okay, so I wanted to make a full video on this, but I figured I would just tell you guys now during the live stream. Okay. Now we're going into pure speculation here, my friends. 100% speculation. This is going to be, I hope this is going to be one of the more FOMO banners that we're going to get. And what do I mean by this? Kokumi was actually an incredible character, right? But it took quite a bit of time for her to really settle into her place in the meta. You guys are gonna have to remind me, was Kokumi before Ayaka? I'm not sure, but if she was, that would explain her lack of a main role. So let's say MiHoYo releases an artifact set for Daya that buffs her damage. The artifact set would have to double her damage for her to be anywhere near competitive. So let's say it buffs it by 25%. Honestly, no one cares, right? Like, it's not gonna save her. But perhaps there will be characters that actually rely on the unique properties of Daya's kit, which is the fact that she's doing some weird pure elemental burst triggers, right? Like she just basically triggers an elemental burst after an elemental burst because they're not counted as normal attacks. So what are they counted as? They must be counted as activating an elemental burst or something. Maybe there's going to be a Hydro or Cryo character that will activate something impactful that, you know, does stuff for Daya, right? It will either allow her to melt or it will either melt off of Daya in rapid succession. This is pure, pure copium. And I'm just thinking of ways that Daya is good, right? I'm trying to think of things because MiHoYo has proven time and time again that they will make a character good in the future with some kind of new mechanic, right? Think about, for example, Kuki Shinobu and Toma. These two characters were utter garbage when they were released. They had no role, they had no place in any team besides, like, you know, a bit of flavor. Like you could use Kuki with Eula, for example, and as a nice role consolidation, but it barely buffed Eula as a character. Whereas, for example, now Kuki and Toma are centralizing the entire Dendro meta with Burgeon and Hyperbloom. But Daya, I'm just trying to think of things that would make her good. And honestly, though, I'm not very positive. I'm not optimistic about it. Okay, I'm not optimistic about it. I'm just hoping that MiHoYo actually is planning some sort of Uno reverse card on all of us and being like, hey, here you go, guys. You thought this character was garbage? Joke's on you. She's not garbage. But yeah, look at that vape, guys. 5,000 damage. Incredible. We have an off-field vape doing 5,000 damage. It's just not, man, this is C0R1 too. This isn't even C0 with a free-to-play 4-star weapon. I can't, but okay. Let's go ahead and, why don't we do a quick full team? Okay, so someone asked, Melt Ganyu. Yes, I actually like her a lot. Oh, all right, let's talk about Daya from a utility perspective. All right, pure utility now. And there's another way to make Daya good, and that is with her support capabilities. So, fun fact. Fun fact, guys. Overworld bosses and stuff do an average of, I think, 1,500 DPS. I think I have a chart for this, actually. Funnily enough, is it this chart? Let me look real quick just to give a rough idea of where could it be. No ICD. Was it under Cyno? Okay, when did I do my ridiculous monster DPS showdown? But anyway, during my monster DPS showdown, I basically figured out that the overworld bosses do roughly an average of like 1,000 or something DPS to your character if you just face tank all the damage that they take. Now, how could they make Daya actually good? She actually has a ridiculously high ceiling for how much damage she can actually absorb for your team. And this is because of this passive here, 60% less damage, right? So if you stack her with HP, you have that. Or no, not have it, but you get roughly 40%. Yeah, okay. Plus the healing and all this stuff. Daya can actually absorb an ungodly amount of damage that can be thrown at you. And way beyond Zhongli's shield, for example. Zhongli's shield is somewhere between like 10 and 25,000 max. If okay, I'm probably way highballing it, but it's like between 10 and 20,000 hit points of damage absorption for Zhongli's shield. But she can technically absorb like over 100,000 damage. So if there's ever a situation where you're just going to get repeatedly and constantly mauled by the enemy and you cannot really avoid this damage and you keep getting flinched all the time, Daya can actually mitigate way more damage than anything else in the game. And you combine that with a good healer like Kokomi, like an on-field Kokomi or something, and you can actually survive an insane amount of onslaught from the enemy. But we just don't have a situation like that. Genshin Impact is not a game that's designed with that in mind. This is not like an MMORPG or something where you need those distinct roles to really pull this off. No, Genshin Impact is not like that. But if we actually need to take like 15 to 20,000 DPS from a monster, Daya's damage mitigation will actually outperform the shields that exist in the game. So, and well, combined with the healer too, you'll actually be able to survive and face tank it. But right now, that's just not the case, obviously, right? Like that's just, we just don't have a situation like that. Like you can sit in Dvalin's breath and it barely tickles you in comparison to like what I was saying there. Right? So, okay, anyway, Melt's Ganyu with Daya. This is perhaps my favorite application from a support perspective, and I will show you guys real quick if you haven't already seen my Constellation Zero showcase, but let's build up my Ganyu a little bit. This is the main problem with this game. Where are my artifact loadouts, miHoYo? Please, please. I will even pay money if you guys charge. No, I mean, they wouldn't charge for a quality of life feature like that, honestly. I actually do have faith in miHoYo when it comes to those types of decisions, but also, guys, look at this cryo damage goblet. Well, let's admire this just for, take a quick break. Let's admire this cryo damage goblet for a second. It's beautiful. I finally got a buff to my Ganyu, and it was this cryo damage goblet. Yeah. Okay, anyway, that little point aside. Okay, let's see. Also, I'm not sure. My chat actually broke, so I can't even see it properly. Let me see. Okay, yeah, no. It's moved again. All right, maybe you guys were just quiet for a little bit. I wasn't sure, but anyway, let's give her a crit. Yeah, so unfortunately my circlets aren't that great, as you can see. We'll give her that one. An elemental mastery piece. Let's give her, we're gonna scroll all the way up. We can give her Yai Miko's. Yeah, looks good. All right, so let's see. Yep, 69, nice. And we have, let's give her a free-to-play weapon as well. Why don't we give her a Refinement 1 Prototype Crescent? Why not? And we have Nahida. We don't need her on the Deepwood Memories, but you know what? This is not about min-maxing this stuff right now. I just kind of want to show you guys the utility that Daya provides. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're not min-maxing this stuff. We're just doing utility showcase. So let's go ahead Gonna need to get Nahida's burst up. Beautiful. And slap this down. And so we can now face tank a couple hits. We're gonna let him hit me. You can see here, but you can see there that the third hit, Ganyu was not able to face tank it. And the reason why is because Daya's elemental skill super armor doesn't even last through the duration of her elemental skill. Why? Why? Couldn't they have given us at least that one thing? That one little thing for Daya's super armor to just last through her full elemental skill. No, they couldn't. They'd be like, that's way too overpowered, guys. You know, it's like that meme where you have these people in the boardroom, like it's the meeting, and then they're like, let's make her E not give super armor the whole time. Let's make her do no damage. Hey guys, how about we make her a little bit better? And then they chuck that guy out of the window. And that's because of this passive here. This passive provides the gold forged form for 9 seconds after she uses her elemental skill. Can't speak anymore. The gold forged form is basically super hyper armor, whatever you guys call it. Hyper armor, I think, is what it's actually called. I call it super duper armor in the video, but whatever. So hyper armor is provided for these 9 seconds. And as you saw, Ganyu was just, you know, eating those hits like it was nothing. She wasn't getting knocked back or flinched by it. But the problem is her elemental skill lasts for 12 seconds. And this thing only lasts for 9 seconds. And this thing has a cooldown of 18 seconds. So you can only have, at best, 50% uptime on the super duper armor. And if you use her... Okay, so this is another problem with Daya's kit, which is just so counterproductive for its design, is that if you use Daya's elemental skill, and then you use her elemental burst, you're sacrificing roughly 6 seconds of this super hyper armor on this passive. Because you spent that 6 seconds in Daya's elemental burst punching the enemy, you know, with her tickle damage. So now your other characters can only enjoy like 2 seconds of the super duper armor from her passive. So this is just like another one of those design decisions that I just feel like, you know, it's just you're kicking someone that's already down. She already does no damage. She already provides minimal support. So let's make her provide even less support by shoehorning the hyper armor to this passive, which just makes it worse in every single way. They could have just put it here as just the gold force state when you're within the indomitable flame aura or whatever, right? I'm not sure which thing is the aura, but you guys get my point, right? So yeah, I'm just so disappointed. Like, even that one little thing could have made Daya unique and good in her own way. As watching Ganyu face tank everything for 12 seconds, that's unique, right? Like, Zhongli's shield can actually be broken, especially by more dangerous enemies. But with Daya, you know, if you had 12 full seconds of super armor, that's incredible. Or not incredible, but at least it's good. And that would make her Constellation 2 even better, which increases her elemental skill duration by 6 seconds. So that would mean you would have 100% uptime on her elemental skill, but who cares about 100% uptime on her elemental skill right now? Because you can't even have 100% uptime on the super armor, right? So why do you even care about the little bits of pyro damage that she adds intermittently every 2.5 seconds? You don't, right? You just don't care. So just all these things. Every decision here was made to make her worse than she needed to be. And I'm really curious as to why this case. Maybe MiHoYo wanted more engagement in that sense. Like from that direction and that angle. Like, hey, we want people to talk about this character. Like kind of like make a stink out of it. Like, you know, Zhongli, Yoimiya, Kokomi. Right? Like maybe they wanted that type of discussion around Daya. But I don't know. I just feel like it was so unneeded. It was so unneeded, personally. And I have a lot of hopium/copium that MiHoYo actually does have something good planned for her. But right now I'm just not all that optimistic about it. I'm just not all that optimistic. Okay. Oh yeah. So yeah, they did give away those 22 intertwined fates for those of you guys who are just now watching. Go and claim these things. All right. This is the best part about this patch, guys. Right here. Bam. This is why this is not just a filler patch. We get 22 entire summons. Great. Thank you for reminding me, chatter. Let's go ahead and click these. 1, 2. How many are there actually? I think they said 22, but we can count together. 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the content you guys are subscribed for, right? Is me counting. 7, 8, 9. Is it 20, 21, or 22? All right, 10. Oh, only 20. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This feels pretty good. And for me, I'm really excited about these. Was I at 17? Or was I at 16? Oh God, 17, 18, 19, I think. And 20. Okay. So yeah, so after completing this next one, which was just released, we will get 21 intertwined fates. Just go to your handy dandy traveler's handbook and click on the guide button, and then you will see you will get one for every Archon quest you complete. Oh, we can actually just literally count here too. Like it actually has a record of it, so that's cool. Yeah, one time, nice little wish infusion of 21 of these intertwined fates. So pretty cool. All right, guys. Let's next talk about. I feel like I've talked enough about Daya, but do you guys have any more questions for me about Daya, really quick? Before I start talking about, perhaps, is Daya's signature weapon good on Ito? It's okay on Ito. I would reckon that it performs roughly the same as the Wolf's Gravestone, which is a pretty decent Burgeon team. Burgeon team? Yes. Any good teams for her? Okay, so my two favorite teams for Daya right now are a pure Pyro team. So it's similar to kind of the way that you play Klee, in that you just have her do as much pyro damage as possible with Bennett and Xiangling. Why don't I just do it real quick? We'll just do it real quick. We're doing it live, guys. We're doing it live. Right here. So, we have Mr. Kazuha. We have Xiangling, who is right here. We gotta build them all again. Give me 1 sec as I quickly show you guys the pure pyro team. Now, I think for my showcase video, I did it with Sucrose, but Sucrose is significantly worse than Kazuha for this, but I tend to stick with, obviously, you know, a 4-star, more free-to-play friendly characters for those types of showcases. So we can do Xiangling, and we will do the Emblem of Severed Fates. Now, there's a few reasons why I recommend this team. It's because most people are not like sweaty tryhards like myself who will, you know, retry Abyss Chambers over and over in order to, you know, make the character perform and do what you want. That's not really, you know, a great way to always showcase a character. But, okay, let's see. Hang on. We need a Pyro Damage Goblet for her. There we go. She is all set up. We have Kazuha with the Iron Sting. And we have Bennett with the Sapwood Blade. And we have Daya with her signature weapon. Beautiful. Okay, and we can probably get away with an attack percent timepiece with triple pyro now. But, you know, I'll stick with the energy recharge one for now. So, okay. Let's do it. Pure Pyro team, Daya. My personal favorite way, if you actually want to make Daya do a reasonable amount of damage, it's this Pure Pyro team. So, she can just go in her punchy mode. 25 damage per tick. Not too shabby. And this team, you know, can barely one cycle the robot chicken. Now keep in mind that a free-to-play Yao Yao can one cycle the robot chicken, so this is not exceptional in any way. But it's viable, and that's what's important for those people that want to that want to make Daya usable and want to use her, because I like her. I'm going to be using her. And you can make her more viable by slapping her in this team. This is a very straightforward team. You have a ton of pyro particles from everyone. So, yeah. Now, C1 or R1. I mean, at least with R1, you have a good claymore that you can use on other characters, but yeah, so. But Daya's C1 actually is a really big buff. For those that are curious, I will show you guys a little bit of quick math. Where is it? Here it is. Right here. Her Constellation 1 adds roughly 25%, oh no, right here. Adds a massive 43% damage to her elemental burst. Hang on. Nose is running a little bit. Sorry about that. And her elemental skill increases by about 37%. So her Constellation 1 is actually a really significant gain for her. And at that point, like, you know, she's almost a reasonable character in terms of the damage she does. But, so the thing is that Daya being on the standard banner is actually a big advantage for her, because a lot of people will eventually get her Constellation 1 whether they want it or not, and at that point, you know, she actually does some real damage. It's just very disappointing that at Constellation 0 she's so underperforming, which is very unfortunate. Okay, any working team with Candace and Daya, yeah, I mean, you can do some meme teams like I did with Candace when she was out with Dragon Strike Diluc. There's no reason why you can't do Dragon Strike Daya. But for all intents and purposes, the Hydro Dragon Strike Diluc will be better than Daya in every single way. Because his multipliers are just better on the Dragon Strike. So, try Daya Vape with Ayato. Yeah, so dual DPS Daya with a Hydro character is okay. Because what that team really is. So let's talk about that real quick. What this team actually is, it's just the international team. But instead of Xiangling, you're shooting yourself in the foot with Daya. You're just like, I like Daya, I want to use her. I'm just going to use her instead of Xiangling. That's what you're really doing with Daya when you put her in this team. Now, that's not to say that she doesn't work in this team. She works just fine, and she does fine. But that's really what you're doing. It's a Boba national team where you are chucking Xiangling out the window and deciding, hey, I want to replace it with basically Guoba, right? So, okay, yeah, that's what you're doing with this team. Now, it's not bad, right? International team, Boba National, whether it's Child or Ayato, it's just a really good team, so it can't be that bad, all things considered. Okay, so let's see. Next question. Try Vape team with the Lava Walker set. So Lava Walker doesn't work with Vape because you're hitting an enemy with Hydro on them. So does she work with Mona? I'll show you guys real quick. I'm so sorry, Daya. I'm so sorry. This just makes me sad. All right, let's go. We're gonna battery up a little bit. We gotta battery everyone up. Yep. All right. Here we go, Mona. Gotta get your thing up. Get some pyro particles for Daya. And okay, one more elemental skill. So we'll do that against the Cryo Registflying. We should be able to battery her up just fine there. And we're gonna try to do a Vape Nuke situation. Oops, pressed E instead of W there. All right, let's go. Let's go, my friends. Now, I'm not gonna build Mona to do the maximum amount of damage amplification. That's not really what this is about. This demonstration is to mostly show, hey, how good is Daya when it comes to vaping alongside with Mona? Right, I think that's really the question. That, oh man, we got the stupid cryo thing here. That sucks, but oh well. So we're gonna apply Hydro. And we're gonna use her burst. We have 1 vape, 2 vape, and we're out of vapes. So sometimes you can get 3 vapes, maybe 4 vapes, depending on when you do the elemental skill and stuff. But as you can see, it is not consistent, it is not reliable to vape Daya with Mona. Just another way to kick her when she's down. Right, let's keep doing that, guys. Let's keep kicking her. I just can't. I just can't. Now, if you can get a Hydro infusion with Kazuha's burst, or maybe Sucrose's burst, because I don't remember the infusion order for Sucrose, but then you can more reliably vape all of Daya's stuff. So, yeah. Oh, and the Lux, thank you so much for the super chat. Why do they opt to have all our animations ooze in strength? Yes! You say it, man. That's right. Her animations are killer. I love her anime. Hang on. Let's admire her normal attack animation. Hang on. Okay, I gotta zoom out a little bit. But that is just incredible. That last punch is just so impactful. And it just does nothing. Because her normal attacks, why would you ever use them? Maybe if you use her with C6 Bennett and Xingqiu, right? You can use her, but like at that point, you know, Diluc and even Xinyan are better for that purpose. So it's just, yeah, it's just, okay, anyway. What spec change could correct it? Yeah, I was talking about it a little bit earlier in terms of like what I think MiHoYo could do for future impact. And, you know, a Hydro branding character that activates off of elemental burst damage could also do it. So, you know, right now we have Xingqiu Yilan, who activate when you do their normal attacks. But what if we had a Hydro Nahida that, you know, basically tags or brands or even puts down an area that applies Hydro consistently when elemental burst damage hits them. This way, Daya could not only vape consistently, but the other off-field character would really only be meaningful with a character like Daya, right? Because other characters that would do, you know, elemental burst damage and stuff can't take as much advantage of it, like with the vape damage amplification, as Daya could. So a kit designed like that would work pretty well with Daya. And let's say that character also amplifies damage significantly like Mona or something, right? Then maybe. But, you know, we are on some serious future impact speculation here right now. Which is, yeah, it's not what players do, like, want to invest in nowadays, right? Like, we know monsters like Ayaka are monsters, and she's obviously in the next banner, so she's just gonna dominate this banner's polls and stuff. But maybe actually MiHoYo is trying to break the record of their past revenues by having no one want to spend on this banner, therefore saving up for the next banner. And then dumping everything into getting both Ayaka and Shenhe. Perhaps that's their banner meta right now. So yeah. So yeah, that's a good... Okay, Danilo. What you said about even if a Hydro branding character that only activates off of elemental bursts would benefit other power characters more. I don't fully agree with this. Diluc cannot take full advantage of that, and neither can Hu Tao. Right? Although, okay, the one problem is that Yilan and Xingqiu do elemental burst damage, so any character that works with them will actually still be better. So it would have to be elemental burst damage that's not Hydro. Elemental burst damage that's not Hydro to activate this off-field Hydro damage character's procs, right? So if we become even more restrictive with that type of stuff, then characters that can drive Xingqiu and Yilan won't be able to take advantage of that. And so let's take a look at the pyro characters and discuss that. Like, such a theoretic... Do you guys like this type of theory speculation for future, like how we can buff characters? I've always wanted to make like kind of a full video on that, but I haven't yet. But okay, so let's take a look at this. Xiangling would benefit from that. Amber would benefit from that, but we can actually make Amber not too overpowered for this purpose by putting an ICD on the tick rate for that off-field Hydro Burst applicator, right? Xinyan will not benefit from it. Yanfei will not benefit from it. Toma... Is his shield waves burst damage? It is. But Toma barely does any pyro damage anyway, so no one really cares if it buffs him. And Diluc, it will not buff him much because he only does one instance of elemental burst damage. Hu Tao, it will barely benefit at all because she only does her burst once. And Yoimiya, it will benefit a little bit because her burst can be used and it can tick every other second. So that's an interesting character. But the two characters it will actually elevate the most are Klee and Daya. Klee stays, if you ever use Klee on field, she's using her elemental burst and her pyro burst is always ticking on the enemies. So yeah, Xiangling doesn't need any help, but she will obviously be benefited from that. But it would be these three characters. And honestly, both Klee and Daya need a facelift like that. They need something that is so specific to pyro elemental burst damage in order for them to be better on fielders as characters. And I mean, you know, the thing is obviously there's no guarantee at all for this type of thing to be added to the game. So I don't want any of you guys polling based on that type of speculation. I'm purely just spitballing ideas for how to buff Daya and having perfect synergy with an OP Hydro character or even Cryo character, because a Cryo character could do the same thing and the Cryo character can melt their damage based on this limited type of activation, right? So if either a Hydro character or a Cryo character with these limitations and that type of kit ever come out, Daya and Klee will become much more valuable. But Daya actually would be still have issues there because she doesn't have really high burst uptime, right? Her Constellation 6 does, it adds 2 additional seconds, but the Constellation 0 Daya or 5 and below has roughly a 6-second spamming of her punches, right? So maybe if that character also has shorter window of off-field type of branding / damage, then it would be best for Daya. But otherwise, it would actually benefit Klee a lot more. So anyway, that's just one idea. Now, let me take a look at some other questions. Would Elemental Burst buffer similar to Yunjin enough? Oh yeah, so that's actually a really good suggestion too for Miho. Like maybe that's something they have brewing, is an Elemental Burst damage buffer. And what's interesting about that is it can work. So Daya does 11 hits on her Elemental Burst. And if it's like kind of a stack-based mechanic and it had maybe 10 stacks in it, not too bad, right? Daya can take full advantage of it. Other Pyro characters really can't as well. Xiangling obviously can, but you know, we're just going to assume anything that buffs Pyro will buff Xiangling because that's just the way it always happens. Klee will also benefit quite a bit from it too, which is nice. So I think that type of buff would be great for these two characters. And again, I would love to see these two characters get buffed. Okay. Yeah. So, can you dash while in her burst? Yes, you can. You can indeed dash during her burst, but of course you lose a lot of DPS doing that because her burst is time gated. So you're sacrificing the number of punches by doing any sort of dashing to reposition. And it is difficult to, it can be pretty difficult to actually keep her hitting multiple enemies consistently too, because the way auto-targeting is, if you have a few enemies, she's gonna, you know, veer towards one of the enemies and it's just gonna be really difficult to hit, you know, any enemies that are slightly to the side of her. So we also have that problem to deal with. And I haven't even tested to see if she's compatible with Venti, but every time, you know, she just looks so awesome doing this, but she doesn't look awesome with the numbers that are coming out of her, right? It's been a long time since a 5-star character hasn't been able to single cycle the Cryo Regisvine. And, well, okay, I think Nilo couldn't, but, you know, Nilo's a non-functional character without Dendro. So I don't really count her in that sense, right? Like, Daya is supposed to do pyro damage, but yeah. Yeah, so Suna makes a great point. That type of Hydro character would buff Freeze as well. But the thing that's nice about that is that it's not the same type of damage amplification that Vaporize provides, but it is an incredible utility for actually freezing the enemy. And what's also cool about that is that they can also make it Cryo instead of Hydro. So a Cryo character that does that would mainly just amplify Pyro character damage instead of, you know, any other character's type of damage thanks to Melt. Or the Cryo itself melting, not Daya melting, but the Cryo melting. What weapon do I recommend for her? Okay, so we can get into a quick mini guide for Daya. So we have these weapons here. This is the weapon chart. I have the full guide video coming out too in a little bit. I'll probably release it, you know, tomorrow morning or something. But this is my personal ranking of her weapons. Okay, signature weapon R1, Wolf's Gravestone, Unforged is okay, Red Hornstone Thresher is also okay. Then we have the Akuakamaru. Sorry if I'm saying that, I'm saying that terribly wrong, but at Refinement 5, this thing's actually stellar, right? It's an incredible weapon for her. Then we have the Luxurious Sea Lord, purely free to play, friendly and accessible if you're around for that event, which is pretty good. Serpent Spine, I actually don't recommend it because Daya loses her stacks on the Serpent Spine from the DOT that she takes by other characters taking damage in her elemental skill field. So absolutely keep that in mind if you're thinking of using the Serpent Spine on her. So yeah, unfortunate. Now the Bell is surprisingly not that good because her HP scaling is terrible at Constellation 0. Constellation 1 Daya has much better HP scaling, which is very true. And here we can see that with the Bell, it's bumped up to 81%. But you need to have a shield with the Bell, which unfortunately, you know, I mean, a shield plus Daya is kind of redundant because Daya is providing the super armor that the shielders normally would anyway. So, you know, that's why, like, you're really going to be running Zhongli with Daya. I don't know. You can, of course. I mean, obviously you can, but you're losing a lot of damage in that situation. Well, I mean, you guys get my point. It's just, she's not meant to be played with the shield, but you can play her with the shield, right? So, yeah. Sacrificial Greatsword provides you 100% uptime on her E, which provides you, you know, constant pyro application every 2.5 seconds, which is nice. Favoni's Greatsword, good support weapon. If you do want to use her purely for support purposes, which funnily enough, Daya is not terrible for providing a pure support purpose. So I actually think Daya is probably most valuable on reverse melt teams right now. Because you can use her with Reverse Melt. Got a really nice buff with Nahida because Nahida provides so much freaking elemental mastery as well as additional pyro application. So reverse melters like Ganyu and to lesser extents characters like Rosaria can benefit from that, and Kaya too, right? But like, you know, there's kind of some old school characters that you'd be considering. So Daya is nice because you can slap on the new Dendro 4-star sword. I actually don't have any here. But yeah, the new Dendro 4-star sword, which adds up to 120 elemental mastery, and you can slap on the instructors as well. So Daya alone can provide 240 elemental mastery to the team, which is just as much elemental mastery as Nahida provides. But the thing about this is that any character can provide these buffs. You can have Diluc do this too. And Diluc, well, you know, he doesn't provide the super armor, but he can still provide the 240 elemental mastery buff. So that's kind of the problem with Daya here, is that, you know, is that the buffs that she provides are pure artifact buffs, and it's not really from her kit. So when you have a situation like that, it's not exactly where you want to be with a character. The character has to provide more than just artifact buffs for them to be valuable, because you can put artifacts on any character. Okay, should I try an Abyss 12 run? You guys want to see an Abyss 12 run with her? Let's see. Okay, oh yeah, the free Claymore from the event. Did they release the specs on it? Because otherwise I'm not going to talk about it. But yeah, I'm actually not going to talk about it. Okay, yeah, let's try an Abyss run. What kind of team do you guys want to see? We could do a pure Pyro team. We could do a Ayato team, right? I haven't... Virgin. We could do Virgin Daya. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's do it, guys. Virgin Daya. Here we go. So who do you guys want as the Dendro character for Virgin? Reverse Melt. Okay. Tick team. Oh man, okay. Everyone wants to see different things. Everyone wants to see different things. Virgin. Okay, I think I've seen the most Virgin Daya. So, Dendro MC. Oh man. Okay. Nahida? Alright, Nahida. Everyone wants Nahida for Virgin. Let's do it. So, we're gonna need our Hydro Plier. I'm gonna go with Xingqiu. And we have Nahida. So for the 4th slot, who do you guys want for the 4th slot? I was thinking just doing Bennett, but what do you guys think about the 4th one for this? Yao Yao? We could do Yao Yao. Okay, let's do Yao Yao. Yeah, we'll have our healer be Yao Yao. Now, there's a really big problem with this team. It is absolute garbage against the second half of Abyss 12. Or sorry, the first half of Abyss 12. Absolute garbage against the first half of Abyss 12. Daya Yalan. Okay. Oh, why don't I stream on Twitch? I guess I just have everything set up on YouTube. Trial team, Kokomi. Okay, so Yaya with Daya, no damage against Seeds. Yeah, okay. You guys are going to be disappointed by Burgeon Daya. And the reason is pretty simple. It's because... it's because her tick rate is so gosh darn slow. It's so slow. And well, let's try it. We'll try it. And we sacrifice so much energy recharge for elemental mastery. So why don't we go with this? Yeah, we'll do it. Okay, actually, I want to use Bennett. The reason why I want to use Bennett instead of Yao Yao, it's because we can infuse her Claymore attacks with Pyro and blow up Burgeons. So we can actually whack the cores with her Claymore. Otherwise we just have no... otherwise we have a Burgeon every 2.5 seconds, which is atrocious. So if we can actually do it with her normal attacks, that'll provide a lot more Burgeons for us. So let's do it. Okay, EM. Oh yeah, I guess why don't I just bring this one up? No, I'm not going to use those. Yeah, I'm not going to use those yet. Let's we'll do a tiny artifact enhancing sesh too, and let's bring this one up to level 22. We want energy recharge or elemental mastery. Either one's fine. Okay, brilliant. And we got... I didn't pay attention, so we got something. Okay, elemental mastery. Okay, these ones do have energy recharge, so we just want a lot of energy recharge for her. And why don't we go for this one? Okay, yeah. Enhancing artifacts for Burgeon Daya of all things. I can't. What do we get? Energy recharge and flat HP? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's keep going. We're gonna build our Burgeon Daya. Everyone. More flat HP, whatever. I don't care. I'm just gonna bring this one up to 20 and then we can take her for a little test run. My friends. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Energy recharge. Bam! Let's go. That's pretty dope. Yeah. Oh, who the heck says dope anymore? I'm so sorry. Please don't unsubscribe just because of that. I should never have said that. Okay, anyway. Let's see. We have this. Yeah, get rid of this garbage. Who cares? Yeah, 1 ER roll. You know what? Beggars can't be choosers. Daya can't. Yeah, you know what? More flat HP helps Daya tank. Love it. Love it. All right. Let's grab one piece. Okay, so this piece we can had no ER, so let's grab this one with some ER. Sorry, guys. Artifact loadouts, am I right? Be nice to get some of those. So, okay. 172 ER. 957 Elemental Mastery. Burgeon Daya, let's go, guys. All right, we need Bennett. I'm sorry, guys, for those that wanted Yao Yao. We need Bennett because we need C6 Bennett. Otherwise, we will never be able to do enough cores. We're never going to be smack enough cores to do any amount of meaningful Burgeons. So that's why we need to infuse Daya with Bennett C6. And then we can actually blow up the Burgeon cores. So, let's see. We'll build out our Xingqiu now. Let's see. I'll grab Xiangling's artifacts. That's fine. Yeah, Xiangling. No, actually, yeah, whatever. Okay, give me Xiangling. Thank you. Stop hogging all the artifacts, huh? Okay, this one, yeah. All right, and we have our circlet, and finally a hydro damage goblet. We're gonna get one with Takialans. Beautiful. And now we have Nahida. So Nahida, yeah, she's gonna be our Deepwood Memories character. That's fine. She has over 1,000 Elemental Mastery. So I'm gonna use Nahida like she's at Constellation 2. Right? So I'm not going to use her on field at all, and she's just purely built for support. So let's also make sure that we have our Deepwood Memories. We just want EM and ER. I don't want her to do much damage. So this one, yeah, this piece is good. This piece is fine. And now this piece has too much crit, so we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to give her... Oh, this is the next best one? The next worst one? I mean, it still has too much crit, but oh well, it's fine. Okay. So yeah, we have Nahida with some ER. And we have this team set. Okay, our first team is set up. Now let's build our top half team really quick. Sorry guys. We have to build 2 teams for Abyss. So let's slap Tignar. Oh wait. Top half. I always use Dendra in the top half, but we have Nahida in that team. So yeah, let's what other top half teams are there? We can try Wander? Oh no, Wander needs Bennett. Wander needs Bennett. Okay, let's see. Alhaitham Toma. And we need someone to just like rip through it really fast. Let's see. Yai, Tignari. Okay, we'll do Yai, Miko, Tignari. And this won't be that fast, but it'll be reliable. Yeah, okay. It's not gonna be fast, but it'll just be reliable. We're just getting through the top half so we can get to the bottom half with our Virgin Daya. Yeah, okay, Virgin Daya. Let's finish up our Tignari. We have his Dendra Damage Goblet, Crit Damage Circlet, and we have our Elemental Mastery Timepiece, which we will give him this one. Okay, and finally let's make sure our Yaimiko is built. Attack percent timepiece, that's fine. Kokomi is there, so just to make sure if we mess up tragically, she will keep us alive and we can move on to the second half with no issue. All right. Here we go, guys. Virgin Daya. Daya can't kill Cryoregis, or even with Bennett. Okay. Daya can kill Cryoregis fine with Bennett. I'm pretty sure she can. I mean, I haven't tested it, but I'm gonna say she can. Okay, you know what? Maybe we'll test that later. We'll test that in a bit. Let's go ahead and do a quick Virgin Abyss 12 run with Daya. So, where's Xingqiu? Here he is. Oh, Nahida. I like Nahida in slot 3. Just personal preference. So, okay. Let's see. I think this team should be fine for the top half. Wait, what? Oh, oops, I did what? Oh, I picked Cyno. Oops. What am I doing? Cyno, sorry guys. Oh, I haven't even started talking about Cyno yet. We'll get to him in a bit. But I mean, okay, Cyno's a little bit better than Daya. I'll say that much. I'll say that much, but... Alright, where were we? Yeah, Tignari. Kokomi, Yaimiko, and... Oops, Yaimiko and Zhongli. And we have Daya. Virgin Daya. Wait, what weapon is Daya using? Sorry, guys. What weapon is she? Where is she? Where is she? Sorry. I can't... There she is. Rain Slasher. Yeah, okay. That's the highest EM Claymore we have. Yeah. Okay, so Tignari, Kokomi. Man, I wish you could save this too. Like it would just have, it would remember the last team that you picked here and you could just click a little reset button. That would be really nice. I would greatly appreciate it, MiHoYo. Please, quality of life. Some quality of life updates would be great. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's go. Who said I'm using Daya's Burst? Well, maybe I should use it a little bit. All right, here we go. Oops, okay, so we're gonna just do a typical Tignari, blow everything up. And... oh, totally whiffed. That's most unfortunate, but I'll do this again. Man, this clear time is not going to be good with his Elemental Burst whiffing like that. Oh my gosh, it's still alive. Why? Okay, yeah, this team is very slow, but very consistent, at least. So we can do over here. Alright. We'll just try to finish it off real quick. There we go. Okay, here's where the real pain begins, my friends. Virgin Daya. So, okay, we want to group the guys over here. That's right. Can we actually tag them in Nahida Z? I think we did. Cool. So we'll do this. Oops, I think I whiffed that. Okay, here we go. Yeah. This feels great, guys. I love it. Okay, let's go over here. I didn't even tag this one, unfortunately. But the thing about Constellation 6 Bennett is look at this version, 35,000 damage. Wait, oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, okay. That went splendidly. Feels terrible to use. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, we can definitely improve on this strategy though. So we might actually give it a couple tries, but the first attempt here. Ow. Oh my god. Bennett even died there. Okay. Okay, we gotta retry. This just feels terrible. It feels terrible. Like, you don't have Toma here. Right? Toma is just infinitely better for Burgeon. But, okay. Anyway. Yeah. So that happened. Okay. Yeah, we gotta go through this. And I wish I set up a faster strategy. I should actually learn the Ayaka Cryo strategy for the top half to speed this up significantly. But unfortunately, I haven't even tried that yet, so we're sticking with this much slower and consistent strategy instead. There we go. All right. Bottom half. Okay. So this time, I'm not going to try to be fancy and tag it with Nahida's Elemental Burst first. I'm just going to, or Elemental Skill first. I'm going to wait until they warp and then do it. This way things can sync up a little bit better. And I should actually really use Bennett's Burst after Xingqiu's Burst. So that way we have higher uptime on Daya's stuff. And okay, let's have them warp over here. Wonderful. So we'll tag them all with Nahida. Get a couple particles, use her burst. You know, it's not too bad. But the thing is that there's absolutely no reason to use Daya over just other characters here, right? Like, what benefit are you getting from activating Burgeon with Daya's Claymore attacks? You're not. There's no objective benefit to it besides the fact that you want to do it, right? Like, just use Toma for this. Okay, we're gonna battery ourselves up a little bit. But, you know, I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen in this game, right? Yeah, the trick is to just use her basic attacks with constant. Look at that! Daya's slamming it. She's blasting her way through. Forget about the fact that Toma exists and can do this, you know, trivially. And, I mean, forget about that, right? But we have Daya here hard carrying us with Burgeon. Let's go, guys. Let's go. She's killing it. All right. So we'll just pop everything here. So one thing about not having Nahida, well, yeah, not having Fischl, sorry, is that you can't actually reliably hit all three of them too easily there with Electro, unless you use Yaimiko's Burst, which I wasn't about to do there. So we'll just petrify them real quick. Let Tignari do some mega damage to them. Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll just wait. Not much to do besides wait for his Elemental Skill to come back. So that way, yeah, this is taking actually way longer than I expected. Try to do a little bit of Kokomi action here, because why not? Yeah, okay, that clear time is pathetic, but that's okay. We're not here for that. Okay, what's in the second half again? I don't remember. What's in the second half? Oh, well, who cares? Oh, the triple Kenkis. That's right. That's fun. Ow. Okay, we'll try to get Nahida's Burst back up. There we go. And we can do this. Oh no, why am I doing that? No, swap her out. There we go. Cancel her Burst. Yeah, we don't want her burst. That's right. We just want her normal attacks to activate Xingqiu's water swords, because otherwise she can't activate them. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, we also need to heal up Nahida in a little bit. But yeah, I guess we don't have to do it yet. Ow. Yeah, so we don't want to use her burst because it's actually just detrimental. Where's the cryo one? Oh, it's over there. Oh my god. Yeah, her attacks are so slow. But, I mean, it's working, right? Like, you know, she can still obviously activate Burgeon. There's no reason why she can't. And I probably should have saved her burst here. Oh shit. Oh, profanity, sorry. Alright. Here we go. There we go. Finish it off. Actually, Xingqiu's orbits there applied Hydro to activate the Dendro core for Daya's elemental burst to blow up. So, she works with Xingqiu, guys. Just with the orbitals there. Okay. Last one. Let's see. What was this? Oh, the algorithm of a semi-intransient matrix of overseer network. My favorite name. Okay. Should be vulnerable right about now. Yeah, without the proper damage amplification, this team is really slow. Which, by the way, the proper damage amplification is Nahida, for those that are curious. And Nahida is currently busy doing her best for Daya. So yeah, there's that's going on. But yeah. Obviously, yeah, this team was chosen for reliability. There we go. Okay, so Goated Gaming, thank you for the $5 dono. Sad thing is she would actually be amazing as driver if her burst worked with other off-field bursts. Daya would not be overpowered in the slightest if her burst worked with Xingqiu and Yelan. So I don't know why they did this, right? I just don't know why they made that decision. What's here again? I don't remember. Who cares? We'll just go ahead and heal our... Oh, geez, I didn't even get his burst up. Ah! Oh my god! Oh my god! I forgot how insane those people were. Okay, I gotta drop Daya's elemental skill there. It might actually be good for the damage mitigation purposes. Oh my goodness. Okay. There we go. Poor Nahida. Let's pretend like we didn't see that. And move on. So here we go. Gotta get rid of... oh boy, I don't even have his elemental skill to pop it out. There we go. Okay. Alright, Yaimiko turret. Thank you for finishing it off. Oh, man, we got maimed here, but... fun fact, Daya's elemental skill actually reduces damage. Let's see if that helps us. And this time we also got Xingqiu's swords to activate. Yeah, much better. There we go. And now, let the Burgeons begin. Look at all this Burgeon damage. Yes! That slash, her pyro-infused attack. Ow. Okay, hang on. We actually gotta dodge a little bit. Okay, we'll blow this stuff up. Tag them, all three of them. There we go. And we'll do this. Go with Nahida's burst. And I actually don't think we really have any time to on-field Daya now. Because Ben's burst is already back. So now we can on-field Daya. 2 rotations later. So it's this lady that's, still trucking with the most HP. So we gotta try to focus her down. And now Xingqiu's burst expired. So, yeah, I mean, of course, like the thing is that Daya is obviously being hard carried here by Burgeon. And the thing about it is, other characters can do this too, right? Like there's nothing special about Daya doing this that the other characters won't be doing. So yeah, any melee character that you can infuse with Pyro, yes. But Daya does provide a little bit of super armor, and her elemental skill is a nice, like, quick Burgeon popper, which is nice. So, but again, Pyro infusion with Bennett will carry any Burgeon-focused character. Burgeon is critting by C2 Nahida, yes. Yes, that's very true too. That's very true. So even Ayato can do this better. Probably. Is Daya the worst character ever? I don't know. I don't know. Wait, jumping cancels Daya's ult? Hang on, guys. We gotta try that. We gotta try that. No, I didn't even test that. Oh my god. Oh my god, let's do it. We have to try this. Uh-oh. Wait, what did I do? I clicked on something. Okay, no. It seems like the stream's still going. Okay, we have to try this. Oh no. Please don't let it be true. I'm not saying I don't believe you chatters. I absolutely believe it. It's just I have to see it from my own eyes. Alright, let's go. Elemental burst. Yep. It's true. It's true, my friends. Jumping cancels it. Why? To be fair, you don't have to jump. But if you're frozen, you have to jump. You have to mash the space key. But yeah. So I'm using her in a burning team with Bennett, Kazuha, Nahida, and it did surprisingly well in the second half. Yes. So yeah, actually, Daya can be used with burning as well. But the thing about that is that so can any pyro character. And that's just the sad reality of it, is that you can use... Daya doesn't offer anything to that team that other pyro characters don't offer. So, yeah, but you're right. Like, see, that's the thing. You can make Daya work just because the floor of Dendro and Nahida is so high, right? Because Burgeon just does 35,000 damage casually. Any character can be carried by Daya. And this was actually kind of a problem that I had when rating characters in the tier list. Every single character in this game is now an S tier character. Because Burgeon and Hyperbloom exists, and literally every single character can run Burgeon or Hyperbloom and still do over 30,000 team DPS, which will allow you to 9-star Abyss 12. So yeah, that's the problem with it. Artifact set, yeah, Daya getting an artifact set would be nice. I would love that. Can she use the bell? She can, but she not really great with it until Constellation 1. So there's that to keep in mind. Is Daya better than Amber? Honestly, I think so. I think Daya is significantly better than Amber, but the problem with Daya is that she's a 5-star character, right? Amber was given to you literally completely for free at the very beginning of the game, and even then, you know, Amber still has a few roles that she can do. But Daya, she's a 5-star character that you would lose your 50-50 to, and I mean, we can at least still admire, you know, how she looks for a little bit, but Daya is a 5-star character, and right now, she's a featured 5-star character temporarily until she goes onto the standard banner. But the thing is that as a 5-star character, you're spending thousands of primo gems on her, and you're getting, you know, a character that's, you know, very situationally useful and not really ideal in any particular situation. So yeah, yeah, that's my unfortunate thing about her. In co-op, does her skill have stackable benefits with multiple of her? I don't know. That's a good question. Not that it would really matter, because imagine using 2 Dayas at the same time. Who's going to be doing any type of damage on that team? Right? Like, you're sacrificing the other slots for double the Daya anti-flinch mitigation, which is just, yeah. Oh, Registfine test with Bennett. Let's do it. Let's do it. We got our Sapwood Blade Bennett, and let's switch over to Daya with an Emblem of Severed Fates artifact set. I'm going to build her with more energy recharge this time. Okay. Hu Tao, give me that artifact. You don't get it. We get this one. We're going to give her energy recharge focus. Maybe we'll switch it over to an attack percent focus one. And I'm going to give her her pyro damage goblets. let's see how it goes. Okay, we'll take Xiangling's and squeeze out a little bit of extra damage. And her signature weapon. We'll do her signature weapon at R1. And we have Bennett, Sapwood Blade. We're going to remove Nahida. We don't want Pyro Resonance, I guess. Well, actually, if you're using her with Bennett, you will have Pyro Resonance. I think it's fair to pair her up with Pyro Resonance. And we'll just put anyone else here. I guess we can put Klee for battering purposes. Where is our favorite little gremlin here? Klee. There she is. Let's go ahead and battery up real quick on our favorite delectable robot chicken meal. Very tasty, if I do say so myself. And I'm gonna give 2 jumpy bumpties, jumpy dumpties. There we go, she's almost fully batteried. And she is now batteried. Let's go ahead and see if we can one-cycle the Regisvine. How is she with Lava Walker and a Mono Pyro team? She's fine. You know, the only issue is you could be using Klee, who does a lot more damage. You could be using Yoimiya, who does a lot more damage. You could be even using Hu Tao. So it's really just the opportunity cost when it comes to a Mono Pyro team for Daya, is that you're sacrificing a lot of DPS to use her there. Okay, Bennett Burst. Here we go. Can she take out the Cryo Regisvine with the Bennett Burst? Let's go, guys. Yes! Yes, she can. Yes, she can. There you go, guys. She can take out the Cryo Regisvine with a Bennett Burst. Not too bad. I mean, it was towards the tail end of her full rotation, along with the Pyro Infusion helping her basic attacks, but she did do it. She did. Pretty good. Not too bad, guys. Not too bad. Her talent levels are at 6, 8, and 8 with her signature weapon at Refinement 1. Her signature weapon is pretty good, so yeah. Now, okay. Is Daya all doom and gloom? No. If you're free to play and you lose a few 50-50s, you will indeed actually improve your Daya significantly. So there's that to keep in mind. And I'm personally hoping and predicting that Daya will get buffed over time in future Impact. So yeah. Can Xin Yan with Bennett one rotation to Cryo Regisvine? Absolutely. Xin Yan can absolutely one rotation to Cryo Regisvine with Bennett. Okay. So use Diluc and cycle the Cryo. Yeah, Diluc can one cycle the Cryo Regisvine. So yeah, it's just most characters can nowadays one cycle. Okay, most characters that are supposed to do damage can one cycle. I'm pretty sure Diluc can. I guess it might. My Diluc can absolutely, because he's at Constellation 6, right? So yeah, with her weapon, or well, her weapon, yeah. So that's an interesting question. I think so, because haven't we still gotten the Elegy featured, or is that with Venti's reruns? Is Daya's weapon better than Gravestone on Diluc? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. You've said running all whale characters can make content feel trivial. Hoyo heard that and release a character you can slow down these. Yes, there you go. A C6R5 Daya is, yeah, it'll slow down everything for sure. So yeah, Daya's Claymore is actually really good. It's just kind of a all-rounder. It's got 33.1% crit rate, 40% attack for all intensive purposes, and provides HP, but that's not really useful on any character besides Daya at the moment. So her weapon is decent. Is it worth the Primo Gems? I don't know. We'd actually have to do some math to see, but yeah. You say Yelan doesn't work? Yeah. Daya doesn't work with Yelan. Daya doesn't work with Constellation 6 Official. She doesn't work with Beidou. She doesn't work with Xingqiu either. At least her Elemental Burst. How good is her interruption resistance? The first 9 seconds is basically hyper armor, so this passive here, the Gold Force State, basically hyper armor. You have nearly perfect interrupt to resistance, but it only lasts 9 seconds, has an 18-second cooldown. Her elemental skill also has a 12-second duration, which makes it counterintuitive, and it has a 20-second cooldown, so realistically, it has a 20-second cooldown. Wow, Doge, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate it, you guys. Yeah, it means so much to you guys that you would want to support me like that, but yeah. Oh, yeah. So this passive doesn't work with the shield, right? When protected by a shield, when not protected by a shield. Okay, so yeah, I think it's only this HP percent part that does not work with the shield. But with the HP percent, or, you know, the attack parts will still work with the shield. Yeah, after the character takes damage. Okay, so yeah, that's the thing. Situationally, you have to have Diluc take damage as well as hit an elemental skill, which is trivial for Diluc. So then you'll have a guaranteed 40% attack buff, which isn't too difficult. It's pretty easy to take damage in Genshin Impact, in all honesty. Actually, the monsters are very belligerent. It's just sometimes taking that damage will actually interrupt Diluc's attack string, which can and will hurt his DPS. But the crit rate is nice, although Diluc has crit rate as an ascension stat, so you'll have a ton of crit rate and you need to stack a lot of crit damage. So, okay. Let's see. Will you be streaming the Archon quest? I actually should. I actually should stream more of the regular playing with stuff. Dory with beacon? Yeah, there we go. Dory with the beacon of the Reed Sea. That'd be. Is she worse than Klee? I personally think she's worse than Klee as a DPS character. As a support character, I think Daya is probably better. Daya, Ganyu with Elegy, Kazuha, and Bennett. Interesting. Okay, so my argument against Ganyu with Bennett is we can use Diona with Elegy to provide the 200 EM too. Did I C6 her? I have her constellations, but I have not activated her constellations. Okay. So this, okay, you know what? Let's, why not? Let's give a quick melt setup a try. Let's just see if we can melt a significant part of Daya's damage. So, the setup will be, we're going to try this setup and we might try a couple others too. So where is Diona? Where is she? Here she is. And Kazuha. There we go. So we're going to do this team and we're going to see if we can melt Daya. And we're going to give her, you know what, since this is the test melt first, then we'll see if we can maximize the damage if it's viable. So let's do Elegy. Gotta scroll up all the way. We'll give her R5 Elegy. Like I said, testing purposes. So we can give Diona the instructor set. That's fine. Instructors. Okay, just pure energy recharge instructors. So let's go ahead and we're going to try to do a melt setup with Daya. See if we can get her to do some real damage. Okay, yeah, wait, instructors, energy recharge. Yeah, why did I get out of that? Okay, so I think I need this piece to be swapped over to a piece with more energy recharge. There we go, 23% compared to 8 and 26% compared to 10. So yeah, this one. Oh, okay, it doesn't really matter that much. All right, and we have Kazuha with his usual, Bennett with his usual, and Daya. Okay, so we can, yeah, okay, let's go set this up and see. I think we can at least melt 2 to 3 hits from Daya, although it's a bit iffy. No, actually, okay, well, let's just experiment a bit. There's no point just thinking about it without trying it, right? So let's get Diona's energy up, battery up. Daya, give me those pyro particles. There we go. Okay, everyone's batteried up. Let's see the rotation here. Okay, so I think we're gonna do. We need to cryo infuse. We need to cryo infuse Kazuha's burst. But the problem with that is that then we don't have much cryo application, since that's the main source of cryo application. But let's just give it a try. Cryo infuse Kazuha's burst like this. Then we go for the pyro application on Bennett. Then we do Diona's stuff. And now I can try to melt. 1 melt. 2 melt. That's it. But she was hitting for 80k, right, per melt, but we did manage to squeeze 2 melts out. But look at that. I mean, look at how much health this thing still has left. She still has, the robot chicken still has, like, almost a third of its health, even with this melt setup attempt. We'll try a different setup. We'll try a different setup. Okay, so we're gonna do the whale-ish setup, although a free-to-play Ayaka might actually pull this off too, because the reason is Daya's pyro application is so slow that, you know, you don't need a ton, like you don't need Ayaka's Constellation 2 to pull it off. But anyway, so we're gonna do just the standard. We'll give her the instructors. You know what? Let's go a little bit more all out and actually set them up with like more damage focused stuff, right? So I'm gonna build Daya properly too for that purpose. So we're gonna go for the Ayaka Defense Shred with her Elemental Burst to try to melt more of Daya's stuff. And we're gonna give her, I mean, Kazuha already has the Freedom Sworn, right? Yeah, so, you know, we're gonna use Kazuha anyway. So we'll give him the Freedom Sworn, that's fine. We're gonna give Bennett the Mist Splitter Reforged, and finally we're gonna give Daya a Gilded Dream set. Here we go. Let's do it. We're gonna one cycle. We're gonna be able to one cycle the robot chicken, my friends. We can do it. I believe in you, Daya. Okay, that one's not bad. Let's see. Artifact loadouts, miHoYo. Please. Where are my artifact loadout? Oh! Kazuha was using a pyro damage goblet. See? Wouldn't it be nice to have artifact loadouts to avoid that problem? Anyway. Energy recharge. Oh no, elemental mastery and crit damage. We're going all the way, boys. Look at that. Look at this timepiece. If Daya can't do damage with that, she just can't do damage. So. Crit damage and EM. We have a decent Gilded Dreams piece right here. And this one's even better. So Kazuha, EM, Goblet. Let's go. EM, ER, Goblet. Scroll all the way up. Give me that Goblet, Xiangling. Thank you very much. Don't mind if I do. Kazuha should be around... Oh, well, you know, it's okay. We're missing 20 EM. Who cares? I'll get over it. So Ayaka, let's give her... Oh, she doesn't have any crit. Yeah, that's fine. We just want to battery up. Okay. Let's take a look at her stats. 411 Elemental Mastery. 70% crit rate, 205% crit damage. Not too shabby of a build. We have Bennett with the Mist Splitters Reforged, Kazuha Refinement 5 Freedom Sworn, and Ayaka with her Constellation 4 for 30% defense shred. Let's go, guys. And the instructors for good measure. Let's battery them up. Oh, okay. This might take a second, considering Ayaka has none of her energy yet, and she's also using the instructors. Okay. Just kidding, Ayaka was batteried up before Daya, because, I don't know, reasons, I guess. There we go. Okay, rotation is going to be Bennett Burst, Kazuha Burst, Ayaka Burst, and Daya Burst. That's it. Simple. Simple rotation. Give it a second or two. Bennett Burst, Kazuha Burst, Ayaka Burst, and Daya Burst. Let's go, guys. 100,000. 110,000. Woo! Oh my god. It survived. It survived! No! We could only melt 2 things off of it. Okay, hang on. We have a different setup to try. We can double melt her E, and then... Is that faster than her Elemental Burst? It's probably faster pyro application than her Elemental Burst. And okay, I'm gonna try a couple more nuke setups for her. I've got a couple ideas. It's not over, guys. We can one cycle this thing with whale melt support. We can do it. We can do it. we gotta, you know, it's a little bit of trial and error. Daya's a brand new character. We can do it. Alright, so now the rotation is going to be Bennett burst, Kazuha burst, Ayaka burst, Daya EE into burst. Let's try that first. Did those even melt? Oh man, I'm not even sure, but, it's almost dead. That counts. That counts. I count that as a melt Daya killing it, but... It's okay. You know, sometimes we just need a character like this so we can appreciate the other characters. Sometimes that's just what we need in life. I will say I really like my nuke setup that I did in the Constellation Zero showcase though, with the plunge attack to nuke. We could try Dragon Strike Daya, but that takes me way too much effort, honestly. Wait! Daya's a daytime movement speed character. That means she doesn't even need movement speed to Dragon Strike. Like, she doesn't need an external movement speed buff to Dragon Strike, I think. Huh. Okay, but you know, that's honestly way too much effort. Every time I add a Dragon Strike clip, I spend like half an hour just trying to do it. So it's... No, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. And it doesn't work in domains. It doesn't work in Abyss. I know. Okay. Oh, have we covered everything about Daya at this point? Oh yeah, I think someone asked, let me scroll up. Someone even gave a super chat. Yeah. Thank you so much, Hudson. Have I tried her in Burgeon? Yes, I did try her in Burgeon, and she's okay with Constellation 6 Bennett. It's because EM Daya can then use her basic attacks to whack the Dendro cores to cause them to explode. So she's not good in the sense that she's better than any other character at Burgeon, honestly, unfortunately. Because any character can be infused with Pyro to smack the Burgeon cores. It is nice though that her Claymore attacks have some pretty wide cleaves, so making it easier to hit the Dendro cores. But that's the thing, is that any Toma would be infinitely better and also provide super armor too, right? He has a really fast tick rate, and you also don't need to have Bennett's burst active for Toma to blow up the Burgeons. But can she actually work in Burgeons? Yes, and that might honestly just be her actual best team, because Burgeon as a floor is so high. Every single Burgeon core does like 35,000 damage. So, you know, it's the Burgeons that are carrying the team, not Daya blowing up the Burgeons at that point. So yeah, have I tried Daya Overburn? So, okay. The thing about Daya and burning, which is just unfortunate, is that there's nothing about Daya that makes her better for burning than other Pyro characters. That's the problem. So what's better for Daya on the Sans artifact? HP percent or attack percent? At Constellation 0, it's a very, very clear attack percent. Attack percent is by far better. And I'll just show you guys this chart real quick. Wrong chart. This chart. So attack percent right here. We can see 125% of her burst damage in comparison to no artifacts. ER timepiece is 114%, and HP percent at Constellation 0 is 112%. So if we go down to her constellations, Constellation 1, the HP percent timepiece is 2 to 3% worse than an attack percent timepiece. So at that point, she basically scales almost the exact same off of attack percent at Constellation 1. And funnily enough, her Constellation 3 actually makes her scale a little bit worse off of attack again, just because you have a little bit more attack percent multiplier because of that. So yeah, anyway, Constellation 1 and above, HP percent timepiece is basically the same as attack percent timepiece. Constellation 0, attack percent timepiece is significantly better than an HP percent timepiece. So yeah, for what it's worth if you're trying to maximize Daya's damage. Oh yeah, so let's talk about Overburn Daya. Now, again, there's nothing that makes Daya better for Overburn, in my opinion, than other Pyro characters. Like, you can use Clee for that. The main advantage that Daya has is that she can stay on the field and really take a spanking in comparison to the other Pyro characters, except for maybe Hu Tao, right? Hu Tao can do a certain amount of tanking because she also self-heals. So yeah. Can Daya do nuke damage without a plunge attack? I mean, even with her plunge attack, she doesn't really do nuke damage, right? This is a 270 at level 10. It's like, what, 300 something multiplier? And these talents go up to like 250-ish, so no, she can't do nuke damage, like compared to other Pyro characters. For example, Yoimiya does better nuke damage with this multiplier because of her elemental skill. And we all know Yoimiya shoots a gazillion of these, right? So if you melt her N5, she's gonna do a bigger nuke than Daya can do with anything in her kit at Constellation 0 at least. I think at Constellation 6, Daya can do some real damage, but not at Constellation 0. So, will her weapon ever be featured? That's a really interesting question. Like, are they going to do a Daya rerun after a lot of FOMO and after she's buffed to Kingdom Come? Maybe. I hope so. Is her weapon good on other characters? Yes, it is. Do you think she would provide enough support to replace Zhongli in a Xiao team? Huh. So, I just would not use her with Xiao. And the reason why is because what do you get from using her instead of Zhongli? You get Pyro Resonance, and you can kind of take more damage if you're in a Bennett circle for 9 seconds. But Zhongli, so Esha, I already did a Spiral Abyss run with Burgeon Daya, actually. Yeah, actually, how long have I been streaming now? Oh my gosh, wait, 3.5 hours? Oh wow, yeah, that's actually really long for me. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's do a quick Cyno section 2. I've talked about everything I possibly want to about Daya at this point. So I want to talk about Cyno next, because he's also on this banner. And how much better is Cyno now? Excuse me. Thanks to the buffs that he's gotten since his release. Alright? We're gonna try to kind of answer this question and do a quick little Cyno section. I'm gonna build up my Cyno real quick. We have the death match. We're gonna give him the Gilded Dreams. We pretty much just want Daya's artifacts. And here we go. We have a nice electro damage goblet there already. And we have this brilliant crit damage circle. Although, oh yeah, I'm using the death match, so that's okay. And we have an Elemental Master timepiece with energy recharge. Wonderful. So it's a pretty decent Cyno build, although he could use a little bit more crit rate. So let's actually fix that real quick. Crit rate, crit damage, and we'll just take this one. Thank you, Visual. Being such a good sport. 90%, 226, great crit ratio. We're going to build Kuki for a Cyno Hyperbloom team. Flowers of the Paradise Lost. Ah, yes. Lovely artifact set. I do so enjoy it. Okay, I mean, it just... I guess we'd give her a little bit of energy recharge. That's fine. Okay. And we can swap out this piece for more Elemental Mastery. That one has 105 Elemental Mastery. Wonderful. Nahida, same build. It's okay. Elemental Mastery, Sacrificial, and finally, yes, she is correct. And Xingqiu will have him go back to the Emblem Sever Fates. Artifact loadouts, miHoYo! Please! Please! I will do a lot of stuff for it. Not sure what that means, but interpret it however we want. Okay, here we go. We have our Cyno Hyperboom team, everyone. This is also colloquially known as the Quick Bloom team. Oh yeah. So what game is playing in the background? That is Zenless Zone Zero, the other Hoyoverse game that might be coming out sometime in the future. I am super excited about that game. Like, that game was banger when I got to play it for a bit. So yeah, anyway, Let's see. Okay. Actually, I think my chat froze again. Yeah, okay. Yes, so my Nahida is a Constellation 6, but I am playing her as a Constellation 2 Nahida. So I don't use any of her on-field stuff because otherwise she would just absolutely murder everything, right? Which completely defeats the purpose of using Nahida. But yes, Cyno do work with Nahida. And let's okay, battery people up for a little bit. And we'll bring her, oh wow, it actually wasn't in range. I thought that thing had like way more range than that, but okay, anyway. We'll battery them up a little bit. Okay. Give me those particles, my big boy. There we go. Okay. We're going to go straight to Abyss 12 for this showcase, actually. All right. Copium, thank you, Feathertail, for the $5. Chongyun, Xingqiu, Nahida, Daya, EM, Virgin support. Yeah, it's yeah. It's a copium team. That's true. All right, Wander second half. Let me make sure they're properly built real quick. Oops. There we go. So, okay, Bennett is properly built. Wait, is he? Oh yeah, he is. Okay. Gonna give her tenacity 4-piece, crit rate, energy, energy recharge. There we go. Oh yeah, take Monas, take Monas, take Monas, and yeah, that's good enough. Who cares? Okay, Zhongli. Now, double tenacity, why not? All right, we have our 2 teams up. So, let's talk about Cyno Hyperbloom. We have our team, Cyno, Kuki, Nahida, oh, of course, okay. Cyno, Kuki, where's Kuki? Nahida, and Xingqiu, and we have our bottom half team, Zhongli, Bennett, Farzan, and Wander. Okay, Cyno Hyperbloom, top half of Biz 12. We're going to do at least 2 chambers to really demonstrate this point. Now, why am I doing this? Well, let's pay attention to... we all know... okay, so obviously we all know the problem with Cyno. In multi-wave content, well, now we have to swap in order to apply Nahida Z. But this is just kind of the beginning of the problems with Cyno. And you'll see in a little bit what I'm talking about. So we can't even really use Cyno's burst here, right? Because that thing's already dead before his cooldown was even available. And I guess we can finish this one off with his burst. Why not? Even though we have to swap immediately for this guy. Which, well, look, we already have to swap off. Right? So what was the point of even using that Cyno burst? And let's go ahead. Okay, yep, Cyno's burst. Yeah. So, how long did that take? We tried to use Cyno's burst twice, and it took 60 seconds. Right? Took 60 seconds to clear that with a couple of Cyno's bursts. You know, he got a few good hits in. He did some damage. That's nice. But what if Cyno doesn't exist? What if our team, you know, we don't even have a 4th character? Let's see. Oh, look, that thing's dead already. Yeah, that's cool. So, Cookie Burst for good measure. And we'll do a Xingqiu's Burst now that's on cooldown. Brilliant. Where is this one? There it is. Okay. Got a couple of these. And that one's dead. All right. "54 seconds. So Hoyoverse, made a character where his best team is slower in many situations when you decide to use him. And the reason for that, there's many reasons, but one reason is on-field Kuki Hyper Bloom with Nahida gets 250 elemental mastery. That is a huge buff for Hyper Bloom damage. And when you're using Cyno, you're doing significantly weaker Hyper Bloom damages, because Cyno is typically built with some combination of crit plus elemental mastery, right? So this is another one of those characters where it's just like, you know, it feels like he's doing stuff. It looks like he's doing stuff, but he's actually not doing stuff. In fact, he's doing the opposite of doing stuff. He's doing the opposite of stuff, which is, you know, being anti-stuff. I don't even know. I don't even know what the opposite of stuff is. Nothing. Yeah. So let's also do the second one. Let's do the second chamber too. Same test. We use Cyno, then we don't use Cyno. Okay, so we're gonna open up with something like this. Cookie. Here we go. Let's roll. Gotta say, Cyno looks awesome. Just look at how he flows. Look at these enemies melt. They're getting destroyed. Oh wait, we gotta swap. Okay, that's fine. You know, it's just part of being a character in this game. Sometimes you just have to swap. We'll use Shincho stuff. Use a Cookie Burst. And now we can use Cyno's Burst. Gotta focus down the Phoenix a little bit. Okay. Okay, now this thing's still quite alive. Oh god, oh god. Okay, rip. But we can see here it was roughly 55 seconds already, and we still haven't cleared it. So let's not use Cyno at all. Let's forget he exists. Kuki is an absolute monster. There is no way to put it besides that. If you're wondering why I think Kuki is one of the best characters in the game, well, this is why. Ow. Now what's funny though is that I do think that whatchamacallit, Hyper Bloom Raiden is about just as good. But look at that, we cleared it in 58 seconds. I mean, Cyno's team, you know, we were pretty short on clearing it, but it was roughly the same time and those two beasts were almost dead. My point is in so many situations in this game, it's not that Cyno is a net DPS loss for the team. He's actually not. But the situations where he is a net DPS gain is literally against a stationary single enemy punching bag. That's the issue, right? And the thing, oops, what am I doing? The thing is that his DPS gain isn't even that much either, right? So that's why Kuki is just such an insane character nowadays. And she's just so good because of the crazy floor of Hyper Bloom. Anyway, let's clear these little guys out real quick. Okay, simple enough. Now this will actually demonstrate Cyno actually does contribute to the team. Is against a single target punching bag, although I don't have any of their bursts, so actually this run's kind of a forfeit because of that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have Nahida's burst, so it's pretty hard to demonstrate, but let's see if we can still do it. Why not? Oh yeah, I should have used Nahida's burst there, but it's okay. Okay, yeah, I completely messed up this rotation. But, you know, ideally we would start this off with our burst. And I already did this testing, so I have a Constellation 0 Cyno video that's coming out that actually demonstrates this point. Is that although Cyno did get an objective and numerical buff, the fact is that using him is barely any better and only in some very limited situations in comparison to just only using Hyper Bloom. Because Hyper Bloom is just that powerful. So yeah, okay. Let's see. Okay, so, whew. All right, guys. I think I'm calling it a day. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I had a lot of fun showing you guys everything I've learned about Daya and, you know, my recent things about Cyno and stuff. I absolutely love both characters, by the way. Like, I love how like Cyno's serious, reliable, but he's actually like a big dork that loves trading. Excuse me. That loves trading card games. I love Daya's design. Daya 100% up my alley. Like she is like the character that, you know, I would try to create myself in like a design your own character game, right? Badass waifu with a giant sword with cool animations. Like that is my vibe. But these two characters, they're just so disappointing from currently disappointing from kind of a meta and gameplay perspective. Their power levels just feel very, very bad, and they're just not worth the primo gems that you need to invest into them. And the resin too, right? Like these are not resin free characters. You have to get an artifact set, unlike Kuki Shinobu. Where's Kuki? Where's Kuki? Wait, is she in the team? Yeah. Wait, no, she's not. Okay, sorry guys, I can't. I always struggle to find the blonde 4-star characters. Wait, is Kuki blonde? No, green hair. Okay, anyway. Look at her artifacts. Look at these piles of garbage. Like, just throw on literally garbage. Elemental mastery pieces. And who cares about any of the stats on them? It just doesn't matter. And she just murders everything in comparison. So it's kind of a problem with Nahida Hyperbloom too, right? So yeah, these two characters are fun and viable, but they just don't actually like increase your performance by any meaningful amount currently. I'm personally hoping that they will buff both Cyno and Daya. They deserve it. And this is my theory for the most anti-meta future meta banner in Genshin Impact history. Take my word now, and you guys can tell me I'm wrong later, which I'm probably wrong, but we'll see. I mean, MiHoYo buffed Xiao a lot, but that was way after when Scaramucci was released, and you have to get Constellation 6 Farazan, so, you know, I don't even count that, really. So that could happen to Cyno, it could happen to Daya, maybe in the future they will get buffed, but as for now, it is what it is. Alright everyone, thanks again for joining. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. This is I Win Lose, signing out.